Hello, before we get started, I want to let you know that anything you say or do in this room is going to be kept confidential unless you plan on harming yourself or others. And with that, I want to explain a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. Today I want to use the Sandtray therapy technique with you, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to show me some problems that may be going on in your life right now using these figurines, so I can try and help you figure that out. So with that, I want to ask you, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine, I suppose.
You seem kind of hesitant about that. Can you use some of these figurines to explain what might be going on in your life right now?
What's going on in my life is mostly due to the whole quarantine stuff. I've been kind of isolating myself from everybody, staying within like a small circle, pushing everyone away from me. Trying to stay as reserved as possible, I suppose.
So it looks like this would be you. And who are these people?
I'd have to say people who care about me, because no one really cares for a stranger. And it's hard for people to get to know someone when, again, you push everyone away.
Tell me more about the isolation you're putting yourself through.
The isolation I'm putting myself through is for me to understand who I am as a person, so I can figure out where I need to improve on myself.
So you're using this time as a way to hopefully better yourself?
In a way, yeah, and to understand myself on a more intimate level, because again, this group of people is who typically cares about me, who's normally around me trying to support me.
Tell me what you mean by an intimate level.
I guess understanding who I am, my purpose, as well as the reason for my actions.
So I noticed that some of these figurines are facing different ways. Was that done on purpose or coincident?
Coincidence.
Okay. So next I want to ask you a couple of questions about what you're doing in this time of crisis.
What I'm doing in this time of crisis is, as I said, trying to stay more reserved. I've been spending a lot more time to myself, trying to better understand who I am as a person, my likes, my dislikes, what I actually want to do with my life, what path will help me achieve what I want to do, as well as just really trying to stay out of trouble and relax.
That sounds very good so far. So I'd like you to tell me about what you have done so far to try and better yourself for when this is all over.
Really just apologize to people who I probably haven't seen in 5 or so years, and try reestablishing connections with my family from all over, because I normally don't check up on them, text them, or even video call them like the rest of my family does.
So you could say that you're very self-oriented. You kind of go along.
I kind of have to say like I'm more of a oriented person. I don't like being alone, but I know in order for me to improve upon myself, I need to be alone.
So at the beginning, you said that this quarantine that's happening right now is kind of a concern for you. Tell me more about that.
It's just a concern due to people going through mass hysteria, buying numerous things in bulk that really don't necessarily need to be brought in bulk, because the situation isn't that bad as people think, but it's just the media and again mass hysteria that's making people act out in this way, as well as people are doing things that normally wouldn't happen, and people are afraid of martial law being put into effect, as well as riots and other things.
Yes, I understand. So how is this affecting you?
It's affected me in my work life really, as well as a bit of my social life. With my work life, it's hard for me to do what I normally do, which is go to town hall, look at available land that's for purchase that have homes on them, buy plans and etc. Buy the house, flip it, and then basically resell it. The problem with that is because of this whole quarantine stuff, most workers who do flip houses are just not really doing that job, or they're just really expensive because they're more private. With my social life, it's keeping me from being around the people who I normally hang out with and enjoy being around.
That sounds very frustrating and problematic. So what do you think is going to happen after this is all over?
What I think is going to happen after all this is over, people will have too much stuff that they have that they can't get rid of, as well as some people will probably may go through some events that make them feel shitty because of them buying stuff in bulk, realizing the hysteria was all for naught, and what they brought was all for naught as well.
Tell me about what's going to happen with you after this.
What's going to happen with me after this is I'll probably go back to doing my casual job of flipping houses and just kind of hanging out with my friends, and I'll probably try again to visit more family to make myself feel better because of the family that I've lost before, and then really get to see myself.
I'm sorry to hear that. So you mentioned that you lost some ties with your family. Tell me more about that, please.
I've lost ties with them primarily because of like the distance. I have family that live in Georgia, Louisiana, Florida, England, Burma, and that's really all that I know, because on my dad's side of the family, they're either in prison or Louisiana, or in Florida. The ones in prison I clearly don't see because I don't know which prisons they're in. The ones in Louisiana, I saw them briefly around the time of Mardi Gras, and the ones in Florida I've never met, because even after my grandfather died, we wanted to have a funeral down there, but we didn't have the funds to send his body down there for a casket too.
I'm sorry for your loss. It sounds like your family is kind of scattered all over the place, making it difficult for you to see them when you want to.
It's not that I want to see my family or that I need to. It's more I kind of want to understand who they are too, so because in a way I feel like if I know who they are, I probably might find some answers to who I am and better connections to what makes me me.
So that leads back to the isolation that you're being put through right now because of the quarantine. You trying to find out who you are.
Yes.
You're so weird. So you think all of this will help?
I'm not sure if any of it will help, or if things honestly will get better. But all I know is I just want to try to do that better. And I know I kind of want to bring that change upon myself to be a better person, so at the end of the day I can be better than who I was yesterday.
That sounds like a very good goal that you have set for yourself. So I noticed that we're running out of time, and I'd like to end with using the miracle question technique. So if all of this quarantine and isolation was gone, didn't happen, where would you be today?
I'd probably be doing what I normally do, which is running small errands, looking at available land, not land, property, as well as just leisurely time with friends, as opposed to family, and a lot more time to myself to just play my games.
Well, I'm hoping that eventually all of this will go away and you will be able to do those things because they seem to make you happier. And unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. So I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.
You too.